Juno Kata. 2 days ago on Tuesday, we had a lecture about theory and history, and you can still find it on the YouTube channel of the EJU. So please go there, watch it, enjoy it. And today we bring you the practical side. I brought two videos for you that I will comment and annotate live for you. One is from competition from the European Championships in 2018 in Koper, Slovenia, and the other one was made in a studio in a setting where we made a photo shooting, not a real video shooting, but it's maybe the best to show technical details. So the main question will be what should be done in Junokata in each technique, and how can you see it? How can you judge it? Where do you have to look when you evaluate your kata? And please compare it with your own kata, find your mistakes, and make progress. So we're going to start with the opening formalities in the European Championships 2018 in Koper. This is the usual start. Tori and Uke approach until they stand about 2 meters apart. Let's first watch the technique. Yes, and that's Suki Dashi, the first technique. Now let's switch to the other recording, and step by step I will explain the details. So Uke attacks with a Tegatana. Tegatana is a sword hand, and she makes 3 steps in Sugiyashi to attack Tori. So watch the feet. This is a very important thing. So the feet never line up, and are always a little bit apart. They never touch each other, because in judo, when your feet touch each other, you're unstable, you're about to lose your balance, and this is not good. So do proper tsugiyashi and keep your feet always a little bit apart. So Uka raises her arm in a continuous movement. Second tsugiyashi, and now comes the attack with the Tegatana against Tori's Uto, which is the point exactly between the eyes. So this is the moment the attack is on its maximum. In this moment, Uke is in balance. This is a very important thing. And foot and hand works together. So here's the step, bang, and this is the moment the hand would hit Tori's Uto. Yeah. Tori waits until the very, very last moment so that Uke cannot react to Tori's defense. Tightens his chin, turns around, takes the wrist of Uke and pulls Uke forward to break the balance. So watch again Uke's right foot. So the weight, the body weight is on the right foot when Tori is pulling. So Uke tries to defend by bringing her left foot close to the right foot, and Uke is trying to keep balance like this, but Tori pulls her forward, and because Uke has his weight on the right foot, there's no chance for Uke to defend against it. So Uke must make little fast steps to recover her balance and While Tori is still pulling in this direction, Uke must react and turn her shoulder to the rear. This is the very important point. Uke turns her shoulder to the rear and now is standing in front of Tori. Tori grips Uke's wrist, so I can hear it, and now pulls both hands in opposite directions, up and down, controls Uke, and bends backward with Uke. So Uke now is in danger, and Uke has to escape, but very lot of pairs make the mistake that they stand up in balance again. This is not good, and this is not correct. Uke must, from this position, from the rear bend position, turn around, and it's very important that Uke uses her knees. With stiff knees, there is no chance for Uke to recover her balance. Yeah. So Uke holds Tori's wrist and pulls Tori to the side. In this situation, Uke pulls to the side and and upwards. Yeah. And this way, Uke turns around Tori and controls Tori in the same manner than Uke was controlled before by Tori. Now, Tori does the same defense as Uke did before. Important, again, that the force goes in opposite direction to control Uke, and please not directly upward, because then Tori would lose control. Here we are, still pulling in opposite directions for better control. And then pushing Uke's arm against the upper thigh and controlling Uke by stepping backwards. Uke gives a mighty signal, and technique is finished. Okay, let's switch to the competition video for the next technique. Next technique is pushing from the shoulder against the shoulder from behind. And here we are ready. Back to the other one. So both turn around. What you cannot see is how Uke lifts her arm, but pushes with the hand against Tori's shoulder blade. Tori bends forward. Uke follows a little bit later. And when Uke's hand slips over Tori's shoulder, Uke starts to pull back Tori. And Tori, according to Uke's action, moves backward. Uke turns on the right heel, prepares her hand for a straight attack. And in this position, it's very important to watch the knee and the hip. So to make a powerful atemiwaza, it is essential that Uke stretches her body and she does not bend in the waist. So many people simply bend forward with the upper body, and this makes the action totally ineffective. So the target is again Uto. Tori waits until the very last moment and catches Uke's hand, but not during the Uke's action, but only when Uke's arm is fully stretched out. When Uke's arm is fully stretched out, the hand comes to a natural rest. So because the movement is finished, and then it's the correct moment to grab the hand. And now a very, very important point is when Tori has taken Uke's hand, he must pull up. So from here, you can see Tori must pull in this direction. This is very important. And then during this process, Uke is stretched in his knees. Next action of Tori is to turn around Uke in a manner like this. And so he can turn around Uke and control her. So Uke gives the Mairi signal by stepping back from the heel. So sometimes we see that Uke is lifting up the heels and standing on the tiptoes and just stamping with the heel on the tatami. This is wrong, because when you're really off balance, you only can do a little movement like this. Yeah, so now Kataoshi, second technique, is finished. Third technique is Ryokatoshi, both hands grip and a lift in Makikomi. Let's watch the other video for the details. So in a natural way, Uke grips Tori's wrists. Tori, from his whole body, steps backward with a little step with his left foot, but moves his whole body backwards. Doesn't bend in the hips. Moves his right hand to Uke's shoulder, and with a little lever, he opens and frees his hand from Uke's grip. He wraps around Uke's arm with his own arm, turns around for the Makikomi. During the turn, goes down to the knees, pulls Uke forward, takes a tight contact, and while bending forward and stretching the knees, stretching the legs, lifts Uke up. Yeah. Uke gives the Mairi signal just by clapping a little bit here with the hand, just a little movement with the hand, and then Tori puts Uke on the tatami again. Ready for the next technique, which is Kata Mabashi. Let's watch it from the competition. So it's similar, but not exactly the same. Maybe this is one of the easier techniques, easier to understand. So from behind, Uke turns around Tori's shoulders. Tori follows the turn, breaks balance, attacks with Ippon Tsunage, and lifts Uke up. Here we are. Then, same procedure than before. Tori settles Uke down and ready for the next technique. We switch again to the competition video. Now it's Agoshi. Okay, we take the other video. A similar attack as before in the first technique. 3 steps with the Tegatana, and Uke tries to twist Tori's chin. It's not an Atemiwaza. Uke tries to twist the chin. Tori reacts by turning his head, taking Uke's hand and pulling strongly forward. This is a very important point. Tori pulls Uke forward. Uke reacts and tries to keep balance. You see, lowering the center of gravity, lowering the hip, and with a strong knee tries to defend. Tori turns around, and here's our 2 important points. So the first point is that Tori's elbow and shoulder should not be in his rear, so he can keep his balance. And the second point is that Tori twists Uke's wrist to control the hand. Here you can see this control. Now Uke attacks the same way he did in Kataoshi by moving forward from his whole body, hips not bent. Tori turns Uke around and controls Uke, then by pulling Uke's wrists down and back behind Uke's neck and breaking balance. So here's another important point, because there was in previous years teaching that Uke defends, and this is true, but the defense of Uke was not very well explained then, so that's why I tried to explain what Uke does. So when Uke is turned around here, Uke wants to recover her balance by moving up here, about this direction. Yeah. And later, when Uke is turned around, she wants to move from the chest up here. This is how she reacts, and she wants to pull her hands in this direction, chest here and this direction. It makes really no sense that Uke tries to pull her hands down to her own rear because she will be trapped then. There's no chance to escape this way. The only way for Uke to defend and to escape is this way. Yeah? And then Tori moves, pulls her down like this. And then, of course, down and back. Okay, this was Ago-oshi, and we can proceed with the next technique, which is Kiriroshi. Let's watch it. Okay. So, Uke turns to the side, lifts her arm, do it a little bit quicker. Turns towards Tori and strikes with the Tigatana against Tori's head. So this is the way it should be done. Very important is that Uke is powerful, has a powerful posture, a body almost straight, knee bent. So otherwise the attack will not be powerful. Tori waits until the very last moment to react, stabs back, leans back, stabs back, and counterattacks Uke in the moment when Uke's hand is about in the same height as Tori's belt. Now comes with a powerful attack. So powerful attack means hip is moving forward and Tori's foot passes Uke's foot. Otherwise, if Tori's step is shorter, it will not be a powerful attack. And if Tori would bend his body forward, it will not be a powerful attack. So when Tori tries to unbalance Uke to the rear, Uke has to react, turns around, and Uke immediately blocks Tori's elbow. So watch here. Immediately, Uke blocks Tori's elbow and pushes against Tori's elbow, and at the same time frees her hand from Tori's grip. Tori follows Uke's pull, turns around, and very important that unbalancing Uke starts during the turn or in the beginning of Tori's turn. Uke is already a little bit off balanced, and when Tori finished his turn, Uke is also balanced to the rear, but cannot be seen very well from Showman's side. Tori breaks balance a little bit more with his elbow. Without a pause, grabs Uke's wrist, pulls Uke's arm down, not up. So the direction of the pulling action of Tori is down, and also with a little bit of twisting Uke's wrist. Then he moves behind Uke, holds the shoulder, and after controlling the shoulder, controls Uke backwards in the manner you see on the video. and that's Uchioroshi. Next technique is Ryokatoshi, maybe one of the most difficult techniques. Okay, let's again watch the details. Uka standing behind Tori, lifts her arms up in the manner you see it, and pushes Tori down on Tori's shoulders. So Tori follows Uka's power, steps back, forwards, bends his knees, and now has 180 degrees already turned, and it's on a half deep position. Tori's in a half deep position, grabs Uka's wrist from behind, pulls Uka forward, and completing the turn, takes grip with the second hand, has grip with both hands, and is now on the deep position. So the important and difficult thing is that the spiral movement of Tori should be smooth, and like this I do it in slow motion, not with the manual control. So you're here and now a little bit deeper. So the idea now is that Tori pulls Uke forward. So you can see here, and you can see here Uke's feet. Tori pulls Uke forwards, unbalances Uke, and Uke must now try to line up her feet to recover balance. This is the key point of Ryokatoshi. A lot of uke in this situation simply bend their upper body like this, and they then are still in complete balance. They are not off balance, and Tori and uke start to walk forward simply together. This is not good. So there should really be Kuzushi action, reaction, and Uke almost lost balance. Now with the hand tries to push against Tori's hip to avoid being thrown forward. And from this position, they move forward, and Uke and Tori are in parallel position, with Uke pushing against Tori's hip. So Tori is still pulling up, and Uke is pushing against the hip. In this situation, we have an equilibrium, so both forces are equal and both stand more or less parallel. Uke's heels can be slightly up. This depends a little bit on the size of Tori and Uke. If you have a bigger Uke, it's not possible to lift him on the heels. In our situation, I'm a few centimeters taller than my partner, so I'm able to lift her a little bit on the heels. Yeah. In this situation, Tori twists his hip to get rid of the hand in his back, steps backward, and controls Uke with his upper arm. So in this situation, Tori still pulls diagonally upward, and with the upper arm, with the elbow, pushes Uke's chest to the rear and controls Uke. That's the final position of Ryokatoshi. So next technique is Nanamichi. So both move back to the center, and let's watch the technique first. Okay, the details. Uke lifts the hand and strikes with the Tegatana against Tori's Uto, tries to strike against Tori's Uto. Tori leans back a little bit, avoids the blow, grabs the forearm or the wrist of Uke, and with his other hand attacks Uke's Uto. So when attacking Uto, there's a synchronized movement of hand and foot. Tori's right hand and right foot moves together. Uke turns around, grabs Tori's wrist, pulls Tori forward. Tori grabs Uke's wrist. From this position, you cannot see it, but I hope you can imagine. Tori frees his hand. Uke turns with her right hand, turns Uke at his left elbow, and Tori ducks under Uke's action, moves to the side, takes a grip around Uke's hip, and lifts in Uranage style. Okay, this is Nanami Uchi. Let's proceed with the next technique, Katate Dori. Okay, let's continue with the details. Uke grabs Tori's wrist, and Tori, this is an important part, Tori moves the hand forward and to the side. But of course, Uke offers some resistance, so you won't see it, but this is the direction where the force goes, where the power goes. Yeah. Immediately, Uke controls Tori's elbow to avoid an elbow atemi against Uke's chest. So what you cannot see really very well is the action of Tori's forearm against Uke's forearm and elbow. So there's an kanzetsu waza which forces Uke to release the grip. And here you can see the Uke loses her grip on Tori's arm. And if she would not control Tori's elbow in this moment, Tori could hit her on the chest, on the solar plexus with his elbow. So that's why Uke has to react quickly. Then Uke tries to turn around Tori with both hands. Tori follows Uke's action, leans back a little bit and shifts his shoulder under Uke's armpit, pulls Uke against his hip and lifts with a kind of ogoshi ukigoshi. Later we will see in Obitori the same action, and I can explain the details better with in Obitori. Okay, let's proceed with the kata. Next technique is kata teage. Okay, let's watch the details. Tori and Uke raise their arms simultaneously, and then move forwards together in small steps. When they are about to crash against each other, Tori makes an Ushiru Sabaki. This is a very important key point. So now they are about to crash against each other, and Tori makes an Ushiru Sabaki with his right foot. A lot of people, and I cannot show it to you because I don't have the footage and I don't want to show somebody else's mistakes, but many people do a forward movement with the left foot and turn around and not an Ushiru Sabaki. So this is the key point in Tori's actions. Tori's action. So Uke is about to lose balance, makes a big step forward to avoid falling down, and Tori catches Uke with both hands. Very important is the left hand, and Tori's action with the left hand is to the rear. You see a lot of people who push down, but if Tori would push down Uke could easily escape with a Senpo Kaiten just by rolling forward. So Tori must control Uke by pulling. So the right hand pulls down, the left hand pushes down, the left hand pulls Uke to the rear. And Uke is completely under control and has only one chance to escape. This is to stand up. Then Tori bends Uke in the opposite direction. Uke again reacts, and Tori pulls Uke backwards. Now we're in the same position we were in the first technique, and Tori controls Uke to the rear. That was the Kata te age, the 10th technique. 5 techniques we still have to explain. So the third set is obitori. Let's watch it. Okay. So Uke tries to grip something in front of Tori's belt. Tori moves his hip back, pulls Uke's hand down and to the side, and with the left hand makes in Yahazu style, pushes Uke's elbow and tries to turn Uke. So, and here's, in our opinion, a key point, that is the direction of Uke's feet. So if Tori really unbalances Uke in the best possible direction, it's this direction. It's not over there. And if Tori unbalances Uke in this direction, Uke will set the foot exactly there. Maybe not with such a big step as you could see now, but this is the direction. Now Tori and Uke are close at each other, so Tori can effectively attack Uke by turning shoulders around. Uke follows and counterattacks Tori. Here we are in the same position than before. It's also the same position we had in Kata te dori. Tori takes away Uke's arm from his chest, grabs around Uke's hip, pulls Uke to his hip, and in this position, you can clearly see that it's ukigoshi. It's not ogoshi, it's ukigoshi. Here you see that Tori is controlling Uke's elbow and pulling up. So Uke's elbow is controlled and the action is up. So that's why Uke comes on his toes. Uke comes on his toes because Tori is pulling upwards against the elbow, and this is a kanzetsu waza, it's an arm lock. Okay. So here's contact, this is ukigoshi position, and then Tori shifts his hip a little bit inside and lifts Uke up, kind of ogoshi. It's more or less a mixture between ukigoshi and ogoshi. Tori releases Uke, and we switch to the competition video for the next technique, Muneoshi. The details, both move back to the center position. Uke pushes against Tori's chest, and from this position, in this position, Uke has full control of both of Tori's hands, so Tori must escape. The direction of Tori's escape is to Shomen, so there are two actions now One is here with the hand, and the other one you can see is twisting, twisting his own hand and changing grip. Here, this is Tori's action to escape, and also you can clearly see that Tori is leading. It's Tori's action. Tori is first, and Uke is second. In this situation, Tori already has controlled Uke's upper wrist, but not yet with the second hand. But by completing the turn, you see that Tori now also takes control of Uke's hand. Now we have the same situation as before, except that the hands are a little bit different. But Tori has both grips on Uke. He stretches Uke diagonally, breaks balance, pushes Uke's elbow to the rear. So off balancing starts, and then moves forward in a style of Usotogari or Soto-Otoshi or whatever, and controls Uke to the rear. What you cannot see very clearly is the way Tori controls Uke's hand. He presses Uke's wrist and his forearm against his own body, his own hip, and ensures good control so that Uke cannot escape. Then both move back. And we switch to the next video, to the next technique. This is Tsukiyage, an uppercut. So here we are. Uke steps back with a big step to the right foot and is in a strong position. Collects all the power of the universe behind her and attacks with an uppercut. Again, Uke must be in a very stable position with knee bend, and all the power comes from the legs and from the hips. Tori waits until the very last moment, catches Uke's fist, pulls the fist and then the elbow back, and unbalances Uke to the rear. Uke reacts by turning around, but Tori, after Uke turned around, pulls her elbow forward. So this is not the second attack of Uke, but Tori pulls Uke forward, Uke follows, Uke pulls the elbow up, then changes the grip without losing control. Then, while stepping forward, breaks Uke's balance to the rear and controls Uke's arm in the style of Urugarami, while at the same time off-balancing Uke to the rear. Yeah, that's more or less all about Tsukiyage. Next technique is Uchioroshi. Yeah, Uchioroshi is very similar to Kirioroshi. The attack is a little bit different. The beginning of the attack is a little bit different, and the final control also differs a little bit, but they have very much in common. So Uke describes a big circle, fingers are spread, then makes a fist, then lifts his fist up as high as possible, and with all the collected power, hits on Tori's head. So what you can see here, very beautiful, is that the power comes from the hip, forward, and then down. Tori reacts like he did in Uchioroshi. Also, the counter attack is like in Uchioroshi, like in Uchioroshi. And controls. The difference is that in Uchioroshi, the grip was under the right forearm, and now it's over the right forearm. It's not the grip in the palm, it's the grip on the wrist. Then Tori moves behind Uke, and the final control is Haragatame and strangling technique. Yeah, you cannot see it from the rear, but this is always the problem when watching Uchioroshi. Okay, let's switch to the competition video. The last technique is Ryogan ski. And after Ryogan ski, Kata is finished. So we have the final formalities, the final bow, and you can watch now the details. Uke holds her fingers like Mr. Spock every time. So fingers are spread, and she pokes in Tori's eyes, at least tries to. Tori reacts, pulls her forward, controls the elbow, tries to unbalance her. It's a similar way Uke tried to unbalance Tori in Kirioroshi and Uchioroshi. Uke turns around and should create as much space as possible. So many people are very close together in this situation, and this is not good. So this should be a big movement. Now comes Tori's similar attack, and watch the coordination of Tori's foot and hand comes together. Uke pulls Tori forward. Now the wrist is free by Tori, and Uke turns Tori a little bit. Tori gives way, and of course we know he takes a grip around Uke's hip, shoulder, under the armpit, and the same way he did previously, the Ukigoshi. Tori lifts up Uke. And you see it's more or less straight up without any twisting action in this direction. A lot of times we see that legs of Uke twist to the side, but if you do it correctly, then you will not have the problem. Correctly means that Tori's hip, the Tori's hip is not here. So many people shift their hip too far to the side, then they bend sideways. And if Tori is bent sideways, then Uke could defend and unbalance Tori to the side. But if you do it like this, with the hips more or less in front of each other, then you can lift up Uke straight and put them down again. Yeah, that's the end of the kata. So I tried my best to explain you in 60 minutes some of the important details of judo kata. I hope you enjoyed it, and I hope you find it useful for your own training. Maybe you discovered something new, then it's perfect. Maybe you knew all of it, then it's more perfect, even more perfect. And yeah, I wish you a nice evening wherever you are, and hope to meet you again next Tuesday when it's about Koshiki no Kata, the history and the theory, and next Thursday, the practical side of Koshiki no Kata. Please have a nice evening, stay safe, and goodbye.